Can you smell that? We are busy cooking something up in our kindergarten class.
The unit I'm going to be talking to you about is our bread unit from our Journeys reading lessons. What we did first is we read the book Bread Comes to Life. And this book really gives great information on different types of bread, squishy bread, we have tall bread, short bread. And then it goes into a lot of detail on how we get flour. So it talks about how we spread out the seeds and how wheat is first green when it comes up, and then it turns into a nice golden color, how they have to cut the wheat and turn it into flour. And then it also goes into how we mix dough. So it talks about the ingredients we need to mix dough, the tools that we need to mix dough, talks about what we need to do, punching down the dough, squishing the dough, stretching the dough, mixing the dough with our muscles. So after my students read the book, we then watched a few videos about dough in the bakeries and how dough is made to make it into bread. And after that, we decided we were going to write a report about bread. So what I'm going to show you next is going to be the webs that we use to get our thoughts down onto paper for what we wanted to put into our report about bread.
So the first thing we did is we jotted down everything that we had learned about bread from our story, Bread Comes to Life. On the left is the graphic organizer students used to jot down all their ideas that they learned about bread to put into their report.
So right now, Tenny is editing her paper so that way tomorrow she can look at her rough draft and use it to make a final copy about bread. So you have, I put the dough in the bowl. I like your period, but what does your next, what does it have to start with? Okay, we're gonna check on your work here. So you had to add more detail to this, and you said the machine makes bread and they put it in the bag. Do you see how much more detail you added to that?
Here's a sample of one of our final drafts from our bread reports. She had really good handwriting and lots of details about bread. Next, we got to have a real-life, hands-on experience with pizza dough. They got to help me roll out the dough, stretch the dough, and use a rolling pin. And they got to decorate their pizza with cheese and pepperoni. So here you can see the students enjoying their pizza that they got to make. So we went from reading about bread, how wheat is made and flour, to writing reports about bread, to being able to put it into a hands-on learning experience all about bread. We met all of our learning targets, which were reading about bread and then writing a report about bread. The students had a lot of fun doing this project, and it was also a lot of fun for me too. I hope you enjoyed our little video.